You know, lately a nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons. A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me.
What to do, y'all know what to do, y'all know what to do.
I'ma stay right here up on this plastic, gonna take breath from me. I'm sipping his hand and he just pain, but it ain't helping. My little nigga going against the grain and this shit stressing me. I pray to God, let God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang, he paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money, my hunger for paper and saved my life. And I should get saved tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich quick, we can get paid tonight. Yeah, go. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but where you gonna go after? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by nigga. You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey. Fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight it in my. It's me against these demons. Me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas on go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they choked. Gave me the ball, nigga, they choked. Say it was turn out, nigga, you broke. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code. My nigga follow me like a pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie, yelling company. VMG gang, and bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant, I can get ignorant, we not considerate. Niggas do silly shit, we get to drilling shit. Guilty and innocent, don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the Highlands. Don't take no slander. Don't take no slander. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but where you gonna go after? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by nigga. You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey. Fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight in my. It's me against these demons. Me against these demons. Living life encased in the idea that my evil thoughts go unpunished.
Every day we out here.
As I sort through the rubbish, my days of thuggers get slow and rugged. Idolizing puppets who control the public like a controlled substance. Bullets in abundance, anticipating what I know is coming. All of a sudden, my past is blurring, my future is sudden.
You won't see the
dark and muddy, hoping for Sunday, I'm still running.
That's why we're here, right?
To find peace.
So we can figure out what's going on down here. Figure out what it is that's stopping people from learning, from ascending, from growing, right? There's a lot of different things that's happening right now. A lot of different people that's playing different roles, different types of games with people's mind, right? Everybody want to be somebody, right? It's the aristocrats, you know? They down here. Everybody wants to be a cat, right? And they're showing their hand. This is why I say you got to let them show their hand. Let them reveal themselves to you, right? Now, all of a sudden, another video gets taken off my page, courtesy of you know who, right? Mr. Stalker himself, right? Going around trying to make it seem like everybody's stalking him, striking people's pages, getting his little group to strike people's pages, so on and so forth. I get it. I get it, but you can't stop the growth. You can't stop the development, right? And one thing you can't stop is progress, right? So if you're looking for that video from last night with AT2, you're not going to find it, right? You're not going to find the video with AT2. I guess he one upped himself and he got smart. So now he's attacking both pages instead of one. So now he's trying to hit both pages off instead of one. So yeah, we got hit for policies, so on and so forth. But like I said, that's just a revealing. When I say we was 20 steps ahead, we might be like 28 steps ahead now because they show their true nature, right? They show their true colors, right? So now that you see that it is him that's striking the page, right? You see how easy he did, how fast he did it, right? We just did the video yesterday by 12:48 last night. It was struck, boom, right? That's the knot. That's the knot. He's taking the stuff that he's learning from Sherelle's world, right? Sherelle is telling him how to utilize these different forms of attack, and he's using them against people who he feel as though slighted him or feel as though he needs to attack, right? And that's cool. He got it to do. Let him do it. But let's get into observation point. The reason why they can't catch up with me is because I operate in the now moment, right? I operate in the now moment, right? Time doesn't exist in this 0 point of space, right? That's why they can't figure out what I'm doing. They can't figure out my next move. Hell, I don't even know my next move, right? So they sitting there trying to figure something out. I'm not sitting around trying to figure nothing out. I sit in the Discord with the collective that we chill with, and I sit there and I say, "Hey guys, you want to go live?" They say, "Yeah." I go live. Simple stuff, right? So I don't even know what it is that I'm about to talk about. There's no plan. There's none of that, right? There's this now, in the now moments, right? So their problem is they're looking for how's he doing this? How's he doing that? So listen, sit back, relax, chill. Like my mod said, grab you a drink, grab you a snack, right? Shit about to get real. Okay. Shit about to get real. All right. We're about to explain to you exactly what's happening right before your eyes with people in your job, your workspace, people around you. This could be happening to you right now. You know what I mean? Right. He's on there going at AT2. AT2 trying to go win some money in the casino. Why he always doing this every time AT2 trying to go win some money so he can put AT2 in negative mind space so he won't win no money? He don't want that man to win. That's why he trying to, put negative on him while he out in the casino trying to get some money. You know what I mean? Yes, it's all low vibrational shit, but let that man get out of his life the way he decided to get out of his life. If going to the casino with a chance to win at a slot machine is his way of getting out of whatever reality he's in, then let him have that. You know, let him have that. I don't see why we keep tearing down each other's joys. I don't see why we keep tearing down each other's happiness, and but then want to glorify your own happiness. You want your happiness to be the only happiness on the market, while you walk around and slander other people's happiness. But that he's got that to do. Let him have that.
The controller's sophisticated mind control tactics have zero power over you, one's thoughts and emotional state, when you are outside of their frequency reach by maintaining neutral balance or the observer point. If you stay out of mental and emotional polarity, inferior and superior thought forms, it is very hard for them to manipulate or control you. The controllers have no access to control now moment consciousness and do not understand the self-organization of God force in action as the compassionate witness. When you are capable to maintain and then embody energetic balance, through observer with no attachment to outcome, God forces can access your being and bring resolution, reconciliation and peace to the most despairing of circumstances. Remember, fear closes the door to God force while holding the inner balance, peace and love opens it.
Okay. So this is a factor of why I'm trying to help y'all understand exactly why they cannot bother me, why I stand in the light, why they're afraid to step over here, have conversations, why they rather operate in darkness, why they rather strike my page from the back end, why they rather come up and try to pretend like they got a problem with me or I slighted them in some type of way just so they can have a reason to dislike me or come against me, because they know I'm operating in the now, the 0 point of existence, the now, not the past. You can't get me tripped up, caught up with things of the past. You can't get me tripped up, caught up with your, falsitries of how you want things to be in your mind, right? I see past all of that, right? This is where he messed up at, right? This is where he messed up. He thought that he can tarnish the name, credibility, characteristic traits of me. At the same time, he's stealing me. Do you get what I'm saying? At the same time, he's taking pieces of me and then try and deny me of what is already of me, right? Loyalty, right? The ability to be honest no matter what, right? I take the lashings, whatever it is that's coming my way, I take it. If it's some bullshit, I own up to it, right? The problem is these people in your life that's creating certain narrations of things, they not owning up to their part in it, right? They want you to do all the ownership of your part, but they not owning up to their part in it all, right? Remember, it takes two to tangle, right? I didn't respond to it for a while. That's why I didn't respond to it. The reason why I didn't respond to it because I knew he was looking for a reason to strike my page, right? I knew the moment I responded to him, he was going to strike my page, right? His idea of this is to push me out the way as he sit there and steals my likeness, my image, my ability to get along with others, right? My spiritual aspirations, what I inspire to, right? This is his objective, a sociopath, right? Till he finds something else to fixate on. Right now it's AT2, impulsive disorders, right? And then it was going to be me. He wanted to look at something else in such a disliking light. You know what I mean? He wanted to look at something else like a dislike. He don't. Some of these people, they don't want you to be a greater reflection of yourself. They don't want to have for you to have your own discernment in this world. They don't want you to have your own proper protocol. Listen, if something don't sound right to me, I don't have to be in the presence of it. And I don't owe nobody an explanation of why I don't want to be in the presence of certain things, right? None of us do. None of us owe anybody any type of explanation of why we operate the way we operate. I mean, it's great that we offer that level of understanding to each other where somebody obliges you in wondering why they operate the way they operate, but we're not entitled to have that level of control over someone else's operation. We're not entitled to that, right? So however you want to look at this, just like I kept on telling him on the back end, people are going to operate how they want to operate. It should not change my operation. See, when you let somebody else change your operation, you're giving that person power over you, whether you want to believe it or not. Some of y'all are still treating people in your life right now a certain type of way because a whole different person did you wrong. That means that person that did you wrong is still holding power over you because they're making you treat other people a certain type of way because of what they done to you. So it's hard to let go these things. It's hard to let go these variations of things. I get it. I get it. It's more difficult than we want to let on. It's harder than we want to let on. But let's read this again as a compassionate witness, right? As a compassionate witness, they don't like my actions. They don't like the fact that I'm able to go through this scolding, through the fire, through the forge, whatever, and I still come out loving with light and compassion. They don't like that. They think they're putting me in my feelings and emotions, griefing with me, creating certain grief, whatever, and they think that they're sticking me in feelings and emotions. They don't like my ability to shake them off like that. They hate that. They want to know and feel that they're bothering me. They hate the fact that I give them a false notion of bothering, right? That they think they bothered me when actuality we're laughing at them, right? And now they're mad because I'm bringing more people aboard of this way of thinking, right? So they're definitely mad about that. He's got a whole collective over there in the Discord that watches us in real time, and he pauses sometimes and monologues and because we operating in the now. We don't want to look at your video from last week. We want to look at your video from right now. They don't like that, and they damn sure don't like the fact that we are so much ahead of them in all of this, right? Them people are just now bringing out stuff that we already pointed out a month ago. Grace being a fake mental health therapist, right? Another plant from Real World or Real Life Stars, whatever. She's family over there, right? So we know Grace is already fake. We pointed all of this out. Some people are just now catching up to the things that we already pointed out, months ago, weeks ago, right? Shout out to Danny Roberts because she was pointing stuff out too. At the same time, we was pointing stuff out. We was pointing it out at the same time. Matter of fact, we was so neck and neck with pointing this stuff out that they started thinking we was working together. You hear me? They started thinking we was working together. They like, yeah, and he's hired by Danny Roberts, and they put that 13-year-old in the house, and like literally, Jaguar is crumbling. Listen, she went from talking crap about low number pages and hiding on a low number page. Ayasa and them got 5 people over there tops. She is over there hiding on Ayasa's page. Ayasa's page is the natural one or something like that. They are hiding over there watching old ass clips of Wildin' Out. This is funny to me. From sugar to shit. They went from sugar to shit. All of this boastful popping out, all of this stuff. Now they sitting on sitting over there watching Wildin' Out. Her Jay Mizak and Grace. All of them sitting on Ayasa's page watching Wildin' Out. Oh man, it was so funny catching them over there last night. It was because they still make it seem like people trolling them or something. No, this is the internet. How is somebody trolling you if you choose to go live and the internet decides to bring you up on my feed, right? Put you in my algorithm, right? So y'all been doing all of this. We looking for Ralph DaWise. Bring him up. Every time we went up on Maggie page, one of these gremlins will pop up and be like, where he go? We looking for him. Where he go? Right? He bald headed. Y'all don't want it with us. Right? I went over there yesterday to try to talk to them, and them people act like scaredy cats. No, Mr. Boston, you've done enough already, Mr. Boston. You have ruined everything already, Mr. Boston. We are not going to have a conversation with you. Hey, yo. We took a field trip over there. Listen, we took a field trip over there. They was so scared. Ayasha was up there talking about something. I'm not going to drop the link. What I'm going to do is drop you. I'm going to get you out of here because you're coming over here to bother us while we're having fun. We're at peace. You're not at peace. You sitting here watching Wildin' Out on an open platform. It ain't like I knocked on your front door while you was watching TV in the living room. No, your ass went live. You hit the go live button on an open platform just to watch Wildin' Out. You could have watched that stuff by yourself laughing. You could have called Jay and Grace over to your house and y'all could have been sitting in your living room laughing. You have to hit the live button to go do that. That don't even make sense right there. Trying to make it seem like somebody stalking you, and you the one that hit the live button, ma'am. Jay sitting over there. He can't even say nothing. Jay sitting over there talking about something. Ayasha. You see him, Ayasha. You see him. Block them. We over there like, Jay Mizak. What's up, Jay Mizak? They over there so scary. You hear me? And they over there playing it so scary. Listen to me. They is so scary. It's not even funny how scary they over there. They sitting over there with 4 people in the chat. Their backup accounts is the 4 people that's in the chat. We go over there, fish Jaguar out. Jaguar talking about something. I'm in the back. Let me up. We come up. He's like, I see you, Mr. Boston. I hope you don't think you won. We might be down, but we're not out. We are rebuilding. We're going to come at you full force now, Mr. Boston. Oh, my goodness. Jaguar. My, how the tables have turned. You went from bullying all these content creators to hiding on Ayasha's page. You went from the bully to hiding on Ayasha's page.
The controller's sophisticated mind control tactics have zero power over you, one's thoughts and emotional state, when you are outside of their frequency reach by maintaining neutral balance or the observer point. If you stay out of mental and emotional polarity, inferior and superior thought forms, it is very hard for them to manipulate or control you. The controllers have no access to control now moment consciousness and do not understand the self-organization of God force in action as the compassionate witness. When you are capable to maintain and then embody energetic balance, through observer with no attachment to outcome, God forces can access your being and bring resolution, reconciliation, and peace to the most despairing of circumstances. Remember, fear closes the door to God force while holding the inner balance, peace and love, opens it. 1.
See? Look how upset they is. All we did was approach the situation with proper discernment, right? That's all we really did. We approached the situation with proper discernment, right? We analyzed it. We seen through the mayhem, right? We didn't even try to force anybody to stop the madness that they were doing. We let them continue doing what they were doing. We just pointed it out. That's all we did. We just pointed it out. We stayed clear of it and we just pointed it out. They still was able to capture the ones that they captured. They still was able to play a game with the ones that they played a game with. That wasn't going to change. The people that vibrate to them was going to vibrate to them regardless if we say anything about anything. You get what I'm saying? That's not what we came for. Right? They don't like our operation. They don't like the fact that people see us moving with love, moving with laughter, right? Protecting each other's mental status and mind, thoughts, all of that. We are protective of each other. And not just, oh, this person, that person, of the whole group, right? And we still get on each other. We are all entitled to our own thoughts over here. So we still have moments where we bump heads with each other, and because everybody is very opinionated, we're a very opinionated group. It just a majority of the time we align with the same opinions, but some of the times we don't. We're not going to. We're not going to. The people that I have to come across on this application, the people that I have to work with on this application, not everybody might be on good terms with them, but they trust that I'm going to do the right thing as far as how I carry myself, representing them as a collective, right? They trust that I value their opinion. So when they tell me to abort, I get the hell up out of there. You get what I'm saying? So you got to take heed to that when you're building these groups, when you're building your collective on these platforms, when you're building whatever, mindset of people that you're bringing around you. You want the like-minded people. If you building a page and you sitting there doing anything for numbers, the people can't really trust that you going to be you. They want to know that they can trust you being you. So when somebody else bring them the bullshit, they'll be like, nah, nope. He was the same the whole time. He kept honest. That's why it's not good to dwell in lies. You dwell in lies, those lies start changing up. You got to keep lying. Next thing you know, you forget the lies that you tell, and now you caught up in your own fairy tale. A lot of these people on this app is caught up in their own fairy tale because they don't know what it's like to stand in truth. They don't know what it's like to stand in truth. They've been standing in falsitries for so long that the falsitries became their truth. Those falsitries are their truth now, right? And now they mad because the falsitries are crumbling around them. The fake, I'm going to be an actor, the fake, I'm going to, acting class and acting school, and I got to get all of this money for acting school. And then all of a sudden they drop out of acting school and move to Brazil. I'm just saying, I'm not talking about nobody in particularly. I'm just saying this is some of the stuff that you might observe. I'm just telling you to have proper discernment, okay? AI, go ahead, take it from here. AI, just read it to them. AI, because now they're gonna start thinking that I'm talking about somebody and I ain't talking about nobody.
Observe, discern, and accept. Practicing meditation and developing the observer point is the critical skill which can be learned, trained, and developed to discipline an unruly ego mind. With an unruly and undisciplined mind, one cannot reach higher consciousness and access higher sensory perception. The process is one of self-observation and gaining increased self-awareness. Through dedicated observation of the self and gradually discerning between these functioning aspects of the mind, one can attain the direct experience of the consciousness they are. The still point of which this consciousness connects to in the parts of our mind is that which forms all of our thoughts, emotions, and experiences that direct us through life. To begin this process, one must observe the functions of the mind and discern them in action and intend to return that part of that mind function, or thought back into the internal still point or neutral. As we observe the thought, action, or behavior in ourselves externally, we source this as an aspect of our mind that is connected to the internal whole and return that thought to the still point of consciousness inside our heart. That I and the earlier stages, this is the intention and goal of specific meditation, to become aware of inner stillness without the mind interfering. Later it is a walking meditation in which every single thought, behavior, and activity is witnessed by the observer point in the day-to-day activity. As this skill is developed, this becomes possible with little to no effort to remain in the observer point. It is at this point a massive leap in higher consciousness and awareness of sentient forms may be experienced, too. To allow the deeper comprehension of the self to discern the functions of mind, one will need to discern the functioning of each part of the mind and accept its nature without judgment of its content. This means to train the mind, one must learn to observe, discern the part of the mind and accept its nature. Through observation, discernment, and acceptance, one can train the mind to be disciplined back to neutral, which allows access to still point of higher consciousness. An everyday quick tool to train the mind: observe, discern, accept, neutral.
All right. So basically, the reason why this lesson is so important is because a lot of y'all are doing it. Y'all are just doing it wrong. Okay. So what I mean by that is some of y'all are observing, taking discernment, and then y'all are not accepting what it is that you are observing, right? You're adding feelings and emotions where acceptance should be, right? So you're observing, you're having discernment, and then you're applying your own feelings and emotions to the whatever it is that you're observing, right? It's false. It's false. Listen, what is always was, always will be. You might not be able to take away somebody else's operation, You know what I mean? You might not be able to take away. When you apply your feelings and emotions, you're absorbing it, correct? You're absorbing the feelings that come with that. You're putting yourself in those positions, those situations. Somebody did something to somebody. Oh man, I feel bad for that person. You're feeling it. You know what I mean? Somebody did something to an animal. Oh man, I feel for that animal. You're feeling it. You are supposed to observe, take discernment, right? Have emotional intelligence and don't apply it to your feelings and emotions, right? Accept that this is their operation. You can't change their operation if they don't want to change their operation. This is where the accepting come in at, right? The serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change and the wisdom to know the difference, right? This is in everything, all things. So you have to take this approach and then you bring yourself back to that neutral point, right? The neutral point of it, right? The neutral point is where you put yourself back into that point. And I did this. I did this when I was a kid. It works, right? I kept on trying to figure out, why did my mom have 13 kids if she wasn't going to take care of us? Why did she have 13 kids if she wasn't going to take care of us? Right? So I had to do what? I had to observe, right? So I had to look at her situation and say, okay, boom, she's struggling with addiction. She might not win that battle against addiction, but she has these responsibilities, right? So she figured that, okay, she gives those responsibilities a better chance by letting them go to the system because she might not win this battle against her addiction, right? That's me observing, taking proper discernment, accepting the reality that is given to me, which is understanding that my mom was going through her own fight as a person, and I shouldn't have put my battles on her because she did the greatest thing she can do, which was bring me into this world, right? So this is accepting. Now I'm back at the neutral point, right? So you can do this with all things in your life. You can do this with a lot of things that's in your life. You know what I mean? Yes. And this is a great question, right? The reason why your physical alerts you to your discernment is because this is the operation of your vessel, right? Your spirit is having discernment, but the spirit is sending down a physical expression of that, right? Through what we call a gut instinct or body twitches or the hairs on our neck standing up or so on and so forth. So your spirit is sending a responder to your body to say this is what's discerning or this is what the spirit is going through. Does that make sense? So what the spirit is going through on that realm, it is coming in through your mind, and then your body is giving you a physical, emotional, or a trial and tribulation based off of what the spirit is going through. Does that make sense? One's in the chat if that makes sense. Hey, my mom is living it up right now. She has a great chance right now with the energy that's coming in from the universe. I can explain this now because we're in 2025 and a lot of energy was already transferred. I didn't know that, when I lost my mom and my sister in the same year, I didn't know that this was a transfer of energy so they can push a level of positive using my vessel back into this world with knowledge and so on and so forth. You could look up the biblical text. My mom's name is Lydia, which is a queen of a land, and this is not a queen of a land down here, it's in the mines, right? My mom had 13 kids, my grandmom had 15 kids, right. My mom energy was transferred 2021. There's a lot of energy that's being pushed back into this verse through me. So with the DNA of my mom, there's a great opportunity in the universe for her right now to be lifted up on a different level of playing field when it comes to the cosmos. So she's always with me. I know she's always with me. I'm able to get a lot of knowledge of Akashic records and stuff like that because of the position that her energy is being put in the universe. So I will gladly speak freely about the love that I have for my mom because she reminds me of the love that we're supposed to have for all our women because the life that they bring into this world is precious. And when you are a person of life, that's what's important, right? The balance, the nature of it. I can't birth a nation. I can't bring forth a nation. Women can, right? All I can do is try to give them a notion of protection that makes them want to bring in a loving nation, right? That's all we can do down here is give our women a level of protection so they can feel safe to bring in a beautiful nation. We're not doing that. But that's neither here nor there, right? No trauma bonding. Y'all know we don't trauma bond. Listen, I'm going to fight the hell out of y'all. I feel y'all energy shifting. Some of y'all going into this feelings and emotion shit. Shake that shit off. Get it off of you. Get it off of you. We don't trauma bond, okay? Don't make me. Don't make me. All right? So let's get back into the lesson. All right, love is love. Love is love. Don't do it. Don't do it. I see y'all trying to do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So listen. So learning, expanding of all of this stuff, being a better observer, taking in these qualities, right? This is where you start to understand one another, right? You have to be able to have this level of understanding. Look, we all might do something different. We're not responding to the same stuff down here. This is where the laws of compassion comes in at, right? We're not responding to the same stuff down here. People are not responding the same. We're not all supposed to respond the same. Your vessel is your vessel, and you're put in the operation that you're put in. It has nothing to do with my operation. It shouldn't neglect for my operation. I respect that we all are operating different. Yeah, that's right. Shake that shit off. Shake it off, man. We're not doing none of that. We ain't trauma bonders over here. We tell a story. We tell a story. I just felt a lot of y'all energy coming through. Y'all was going into that old sad shit. Like, oh man, he says so much loving stuff about his mom and he's honest. Oh, I love it. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
In the state of monadic integration, the consciousness experience allows for omnipresent observer point which when connected to the Christos consciousness as one's authority, results in a perpetual state of compassionate witnessing. The law of compassion may only be accessed through the deep practice of compassion in the law of one which is the direct teaching of the Christ or crystal star. Without the practice of compassion in everyday existence, one's consciousness descends to partial awakening, through means of the intellectual higher mind of the Luciferian consciousness.
But that part right there, it goes a lot more deeper when it comes to compassion. This is why people want to take that from you, right? They want to take your compassion away, right? To be compassionate, right? The Bible used to say that of these three things, to be charitable was the greatest gift of all. To be charitable, right? It's the ability to have a high self-service to others, right? Almost to the point where it almost seems like you're neglecting yourself because your servitude to others is so greatly, rewarded, appreciated by the universe, right? Now, a lot of people have a false notion of a servitude to self, right? And this is why they don't like me, because I rather give you the message from the universe in hopes that you would change your currency into, exchanging it, right? So I'm not like making you obligated to give me money for this information, right? I'm being a willing participant of putting this knowledge back into the world with hopes that you would see the importance of it and give back to it, right? And want to build into this, right? Our currency is changing. The operation of our currency is changing. And that's not with money. Money is not the only operation of currency, right? So a lot of our life water, the operation inside our vessel, it's changing. allegedly, supposedly, right? So it's changing, right? So, like I said, this cannot be a union built off of some type of falsity. This has to be a union built off of the will of the people. You have to be willing to want to be a part of something like this. I can't force you, right? I can't tell you, that you're going to get some candy at the end of this, right? I can't tell you, I can't do none of that, right? All I can do is put this knowledge out there and say, hey, look, there's the link to the Discord if anybody want to join, right? The link to the Discord is in there. This is the journey. This is the knowledge that we're going to put out. Of course, we're going to laugh. We're still carnal. We are still carnal. We're still going to laugh. We're still going to share emotions with each other. Shit, we might pop up and do visits in different states. We got to have a Discord gathering. Everybody meet up, probably get like an Airbnb or something and just, while out while we kick it. You know what I mean? Not an Airbnb in California. I heard they be setting people up for robberies and stuff. We might have to do an Airbnb in Florida or somewhere I can drive to. So I know I got a car outside to get the hell out of Dodge if shit don't go right. You feel me? You feel me? I'm just saying. You got to really think about this stuff. Everybody make sure you got a getaway vehicle. No, Pokey, don't laugh. Make sure you got a getaway vehicle for real. You don't know what's going on in this world, man. I ain't trying to set nobody up and I ain't trying to have nobody set me up. You feel me? I know they playing a dirty game out here. Come on, they playing a dirty game. They playing a dirty game. If you gotta catch a flight, make sure you get a rental vehicle as soon as you get off that flight. What you mean? So that way you can make it back to your flight, round trip. Shit. They trying to make trips to Mexico and certain people not coming back. I'm not getting caught up in this weird shit that they doing. I want to build a collective and I want to kick it with people in the physical, but some people is hell bent on destruction. Some people, you don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. These people put it in their minds that they have to eliminate light beings, star seeds, indigos. Like they put it in their mind that they got to do this shit. I'm serious. You see, they all keep on trying to do the same thing, trying to attack. Nah, don't do no Uber. You don't do no Uber. Fuck around, Jaguar Wright might pick you up. You try to Uber something. Don't do no Uber. Jaguar Wright fuck around and pick your ass up, talking about where you going. You find yourself in DeSoto in the Yellow Beasley Trap House. I'm just saying. Allegedly, supposedly. I'm just saying. Okay? Allegedly, supposedly, get the wrong Uber ride out this. Where are you taking me? This is not the way to New Jersey. We got to take a detour. Got to go. Okay. So you have to be careful of this. You have to be careful of these people, these, mind traps, whatever. This negative ego, they live in a house of egos, they walking around, they narcissistic. It seems like it's sociopathic tendencies. If you really analyze or study these people, you will see like these are sociopathic tendencies. If you're looking, you're probably observing, you're like, man, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. Because that's what I keep on telling myself every time my spider sense starts tangling. Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right. These people ain't, it's like when you a kid and you first get out there, you run into that one kid, and that one kid, they've been watching you, they've been giving you this evil ass look. They watching you, your ability to make friends with other people, so on and so forth. They watching you. Then when you finally get a chance to talk to this person, they be like, you don't like me. You're like, nah, I do like you. What's wrong? What's up? And they like, you don't like me. And they say, if you like me, you give me your lunch for a week. You're like, what the fuck? They manipulating you. Do you hear me? They are manipulating you. They want you to try to do all of this stuff to own, like to be a part of their friendship. At the end of the day, it looks like you did this stuff for free, but really it was a mind game that they played on you, right? So that way they don't got no guilt. It's like the person who just insinuates that they bills is due. Man, they know you got a bunch of money. Like, man, I gotta pay this $150 bill. And then you volunteer. Oh shit, $150. Don't worry about it. I got that right here. Pay me back whenever you need it. Don't worry about it. Right now, if you ever fall out with this person, guess what they're gonna say? You volunteered. I ain't asked you for that. You volunteered. It's called plausible deniability, right? This is what Jaguar does. Plausible deniability. Same thing with grifting. Same thing with how they do with these crowd funds, right? They put it out there. And remember, all your donations, it's a donation. Same thing that Ramir's godmom said, right? We already in trouble with this Cash App stuff, so we got to be careful of how we take these donations, right? Because after a certain amount of crowdfunding, it's now become illegal, right? So you look at all the things that they do, and they say that we're gonna take raffles. This is why Ronnie Slow couldn't sell that book, right? You can't sell that book because that book is not backed up, right? Your publicist is the one who everything falls on, right? You can't be the author of the book and the publicist of the book, so on and so forth, right? So there's certain laws, governing laws, right? But when you give it away for free, and then the operation is to donate, right? So these are different ways that you escape different shit, right? Same thing with Murph, right? Oh, I'm not offering any type of, I'm not, selling my, I'm giving out free advice, right? But if that free advice comes with the ability to donate at the end, right, then you are taking money, you are grifting, right? Look at Jaguar Wright, cruelty free, right? All this money that they accepted under a nonprofit organization, but you don't see no growth in that nonprofit organization, right? It's just crueltyfree.org. Donate to Cruelty Free Cash App. Donate to crueltyfree.org, right? But 70% of that money is not going back into the organization. 70% of that money is going into investing into fentanyl, or whatever that alcohol that they always drinking, right? So when you're looking at this, you gotta have the discernment. It's discernment that comes to this. You got to steady fast your mind, realizing the balance that you got to have. You want to become the compassionate witness, but here's the problem. What are you witnessing? What are you witnessing? Are you observing what it is that you're witnessing? Because a lot of people you got your eyes wide shut.
Single-mindedness has to do with the power of focus. Your ability to focus is ultimately your biggest ally in accomplishing tasks and projects. With practice, this is an ability one can develop. Your level of achievement and success depends upon it. Define single-mindedness. It is an adjective meaning 1. Determined, 2. Having one overriding purpose or goal. 3. Steadfast, resolute. Now let's define focus. 1. The concentration of attention or energy on something. The opposite of this would be absent-minded, scattered, or perhaps just distracted.
All right.
Observe, discern, and accept.
Observe, discern, and accept, right? These are big things. Observe, discern, and accept, right? You got to be observant of these things. You got to have discernment when it comes to these things, right? Now, the accepting part is hard. A lot of y'all don't have the ability to accept things. Y'all out here allowing certain variations of levels of manipulative, right? You're allowing yourself to be manipulative. And then you have these characters that cry. They sit out here and they say all types of stuff about other people. right? They say, this person's stalking me. This person, they want me. They all over me. Blah, 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 blah. You see them. You see them. Don't act like you don't see them. Don't act like you don't see them. I know you see them. Okay? So, another thing that you should probably read, look into, is this right here. The laws, right? These are the laws of vibration, right? And if you're looking at this, you probably can't see it. You know, I would like to zoom in on it, but I'm going to read it because this is important. The third and the fourth law is very important. The third one is the law of correspondence, right? This says what you feel is what you see, right? The law of correspondence tells you what you feel is what you see, right? It tells you right there. This is why people put you in the feelings of anger, the feelings of low vibration, the feelings of this, right? What you feel is what you see. So if you feel happiness, if you feel kindness, if you feel good, you'll start seeing that in this world, right? A lot of people don't realize this. A lot of people don't realize this. We can be watching the same rainstorm, but because I'm viewing it through my feelings and emotions, that look like a loving rain, right? But and if you depressed and you sad, that rain is disappointing. I hate this rain. It's always muddy. It's always wet. My clothes, my this. To me, it's a loving rain. I want to dance in it, you know? But that's because we are all seeing through feelings and emotions, right? Hold on. Yo, what's good with you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know I got all the hats. Cut it out. All right. Yeah, we on YouTube and everything like that. I'll holler at you. All right. That was somebody from TikTok right there. You know how the TikTok, y'all know how the TikTok be going. Hey, TikTok, we are on YouTube right now. Come over to YouTube. We are on Ralph DaWise and Energy Atlas. We are also on yeah, you see that? You see that? You see me? Oh, did I forgot to tell you? We stopped by BB Gaming's yesterday, and you know, we stopped by BB Gaming's yesterday. He showed some love. That's a big creator on TikTok. Look, a lot of y'all on YouTube, y'all don't know. On TikTok, we have been over there for the last 4, maybe 5 years, if not more than that. So we literally got accounts over there. We grew accounts over there. We help people over there. We pointed out scammers over there, so on and so forth. So we got a big, family as far as extensions go. So with those are some people that's still reaching out. Love is love. I fell off. I stopped, going over to TikTok. I remember I started focusing on this whole YouTube thing. I stopped doing the little gaming stuff that I do with my son. I stopped doing the little stuff that I had going on with BB Gaming. You know what I mean? I had stuff going on with other people on TikTok, and I stopped it. To come over to YouTube to so. Now that they see me back live and stuff like that, they like, oh, okay, you see back doing your lives, okay, boom. So I was supposed to keep a lot more people in my memory and in my, good intent and focusing on this whole Jaguar right thing, pointing out these lower vibrations. I kind of like sidetracked some people, whatever the case may be. But here we are. Now, you got the laws of attraction. This is very important also. The laws of attraction tells you that here it go, right? You get what you focus on. Right? Now, hear me out. Let's put these two things together. What you feel is what you see, and what you get is what you focus on. Now, hear me out. If you're focused on anger, then you're going through something. The universe is bringing you something, because what you focus on is what you get. So if you're focused on rage, you're focused on greed, you're focused on gluttony, you're getting that. You got to be very in tune with your feelings and emotions. This is where these agents of chaos come in. This is where this madness comes in. This is why every time we watch them operate, don't we, Pokey? On the back end, shout out to everybody on the back end, the Discord family. Every time we watch them on the back end and we see them pump out a certain level of negativity, what do we do? What do we do? We say, we got to go live. We got to go clean up the airwaves. Come on. Come on. And we come on and we give a little bit of knowledge and we change the frequency. They don't like this. They got to work in overtime for the little bit of stuff that we doing collectively. They working in overtime. You can hear it in their voice. You can hear it in their voice. They sounding drained. They sounding sick. All of them look depressed. Go look at Jay Mizak. The next time Ayasha go live, go look at Jay Mizak, Ayasha, Grace. Go listen to Jaguar. They are defeated. Mr. Boston, I see you. You think you're funny, and you're not. You're talking about my black bra. They all look bothered. They all look bothered. They're not over there looking bothered now. I just want to let you know, they're not. I'm in touch with She Diddy now. Now, they're not. She Diddy done got in touch with me. They're not. Look like I'm about to Capital One your ass. Find out what's in your wallet. Hey, we about to Capital One him. Find out what's in his wallet. It's my money and I want it now. She gave me all these promises. She told me she was going to see me through acting school, and she didn't do it. My. Not. You're going to learn today. All right. And with that being said, I would like to talk to you about forgiveness. Okay. I would like to talk to you about forgiveness. Okay. You have to practice forgiveness, especially when you're going through disturbing and so on situations. You have to practice forgiveness. Okay. This is a practice. All right. Not a game. Not a game. Practice. Okay. So, for those out there that don't know how to practice forgiveness because they've been hurt through different variations of pain, there's some law firms that you can call if you ever been in a dead end job, a head on collision, so on and so forth. But what we're talking about is forgiveness. This ain't nothing that you can call a lawyer for. You can't sue nobody into forgiveness. You ain't gonna get no lawsuits into forgiveness. It's something that takes place inside yourself. Huh? Sometimes you gotta hug yourself. Y'all out here thinking that y'all gonna be forgave because y'all out here doing all of this stuff to people and they supposed to forgive you. Ain't nobody about to forgive you. You out here putting out all of this negative and all of this hurt on the internet at that. This is stuff that people can remember. You sitting there talking about stuff, well, I took it down. No, it don't count. It's still etched in the minds of people. That's why you got to just be able to say, listen, I don't mind how I operate. The people that's around me don't mind how I operate. They cool with me putting my foot on a couple of necks. They okay with it. and I'm okay with it. If it's the bigger picture, right? The bigger picture is to let y'all know that we not going to take it. We not going to take it. Y'all ain't about to just keep on uh, uh doing the narcissistic stuff and we not about to take that shit. You playing in people's lives on the back end. Think you the gatekeeper of YouTube. This dude think he the gatekeeper of YouTube. And because I didn't kiss their derriere, he get to play this game on my life where he stopped me from making money on YouTube. Ain't that weird as hell that this dude decide to take it upon himself to try to gatekeep me from getting monetized and making money on YouTube just so he can feel good about himself. Oh, the universe got a special place for entities like you, my boy. The universe got a special, you ain't even a father. I'm a single father doing shit out here. You keep on lying, talking about something. We got to look after these people, look after that people. And you sitting there trying to stop somebody from taking care of their family because you in your feelings. Bro, you weird. You weird. That is weird. But hey, guys, the struggle is real. So if you can donate, please feel free to hit the Cash App. Donate to the Solo Negro College Fund. Okay? Hit the PayPal. Hit the Cash App. The Solo Negro College Fund. That's it. You guessed it. I'm that solo Negro, and I'm trying to educate. So please donate to the Solo Negro College Fund. All endorsements are taken. Everything is accounted for. We would like to embark on a grander journey. Okay? All right. Please donate.
Forgiveness is the intentional and voluntary process by which a victim undergoes a change in feelings and attitude regarding an offense, lets go of negative emotions such as vengefulness, with an increased ability to wish the offender well. 1. Forgiveness is an important process of the 12 practices of self-awareness. Meditate and give attention to these 12 areas to practice better personal self-awareness and to discipline the negative ego and pain body. When you are self-aware, you are informed and clear, and you are less prone to mind control and related levels of archontic deception behavior. What we endeavor at this time is to move away from inner confusion and move towards discovering inner clarity.
Y'all know that. We're going to have fun.
To forgive another person or circumstance is the most generous thing one can do for yourself. When we forgive others for perceived transgressions, it frees us from the bonds, entanglements, and cords which manifest painful patterns such as judgments, resentments, and anger. Forgiving yourself is the most important action one can take.
Hey, there you go. There you go, so. There you go. There you go. Hey, listen, sometimes you might have to forgive them after the get back. 2 wrongs don't make it right. But shit, every time I go out, I got to prove my love. So you know I'm hitting. I'm listening. The get back might be not what they want, but we gonna get our lick back. You know what I'm saying? We lost too many not to play it safe. Ain't that what Kendrick said? Shit, lost too many not to play it safe. I still got PTSD. I dropped the location, but I still got PTSD. I'm trying to tell you, the get back just a little bit colder. They don't like how we get back. You know what I'm saying? We got a petty pocket in our Discord. You hear us? We got a petty pocket in our Discord. Do you hear us? We letting you know we can be petty. You know, we letting you know we could be petty. I'm posting text messages in there. Hey, that's your discernment, though. If you're never going to turn the other cheek again, that's your discernment. That's
Take to clearing self-sabotaging bonds of victimhood and their painful wounds.
Safe, you know?
Forgiveness does not mean that you accept abuse or harmful energies or actions being directed to you, such as people that are sociopaths and do not feel remorse or hold any respectful boundaries. It is possible to forgive a
Forgiveness
person
does
who is
not
possessed
mean
by
you
negative
accept
forces,
abuse.
and to
It
be
don't mean
completely
you
neutral
accept it.
towards them, and yet know that for your health and well-being you have to set proper boundaries or distance away from them. When undergoing severe trauma at the hands of another, it is important to know that person many times ceases to be in control of themselves, as they are being controlled by negative forces that carry out these harmful acts against other people. Practicing forgiveness can remove cords, attachments and bindings that are energetically connected with other people or dark forces from the emotional trauma that event generated. This is another reason why true forgiveness is freeing to the consciousness, and is an important part of reclaiming your core self. Disciplined mind.
Now, this is where a disciplined mind comes in, right? Because a lot of times this is what happens, and you'll watch this take place, especially on YouTube now that time is moving a lot faster, where you might not have perceived it before. You can watch it take place faster now, right? And I'll give you an example. This is why you have to put up boundaries. You have to set up boundaries. I'll give you an example. You can forgive somebody, right? And you forgive that person, right? But if that person is living in a victimhood or a victim mentality, that person is going to aim to get you back. Kids do it all the time, right? You'll say something to a kid, they'll wait for they get that, well, you told me my son was setting me up for this shit left and right. I'm being honest with my son. We moved us. I tell him, I say, listen, these people down here, they know you from out of state. If you go into this school and you start acting up, they'll gladly expel you, knowing that you from out of state, so on and so forth. He go tell the principal, my dad said that y'all don't like me and y'all will expel me at any moment. What, and change the whole story up. Hey, Pokey, nobody said the journey was going to be an easy one, right? And I understand like the things you're going through, but you got the strength to get through it, right? And I know you're going to come out better on the other end, right? I know you might not be there yet. None of us are really there yet, but we're getting there collectively. It's a forever journey, right? Things don't change overnight. It's a forever journey. So we in this together. We in it together. So no matter how long it take, it's a forever thing. You stuck. You stuck. You got a wrench by your name. You is stuck. Fuck is you mean? You is stuck. If you got a wrench by your name, you damn sure not going nowhere. I'm not changing no wrenches. You stuck. You hear me? If you got a wrench by your name, you is stuck. We in this shit together. You is trapped you good. All of my sister wives got your ass. If you in the Discord chilling with us in the Discord, got you, tricked you, trapped you good. Maybe Jaguar wasn't lying. Maybe I was trying to get all the men out the way so I can have my way with the ladies. Hey, that's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke for all of my, brothers out there who's dating one of these women. That is a joke. Stop looking to be like, see, I told you that motherfucker wanted you. I told you. You sitting in that motherfucker Discord all night listening to him and shit. I told you he wanted you. Stop looking for reasons to argue. Cut it the fuck out. You mad about something that ain't got shit to do with the time that we spending in the Discord. Just go ahead and go tell somebody what the fuck you really mad about. If it's some insecurity, go ahead and speak on it. Whatever it is. But it ain't us sitting in the damn Discord. I'm sorry. Ain't no possible way. Where were we? A disciplined mind. Oh yeah, a disciplined mind. Let's talk about a disciplined mind. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick. You could be in the motherfucking Discord with us, Nick. If you so worried about the Discord, Nick, bring your ass to the Discord, Nick. Hey, motherfucker, open Discord and y'all trying to make it seem like it's something going on over there that your ass can't participate in. Bring your motherfucking ass over there, Nick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a Discord dick slinger, apparently. Hey, hold on. Let me give you a wrench now that I see your name. Hold on. I got to go to the Energy Atlas page. What page are you on? Did you go? Did you go? Hey, there we go. There we go. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Now you got your wrench. Yeah. Now you really can't go nowhere. Now your ass is stuck too. If y'all ever any of my renters that's out of this country, if you ever come in this country and y'all don't link up with us, oh man, fuck that. We're gonna have a real argument in the Discord. Nah, I'm joking. Love is love. Enjoy life.
Discipline mind.
Enjoy life.
Consistent meditation practice is helpful in training an undisciplined and cluttered mind to develop higher consciousness, which allows one to develop higher sensory perception. Developed HSP will not occur in most people with an untrained and undisciplined mind. Meditation can be applied.
And I'm selfish too. I just want to let y'all know. I is. I'm selfish. I want you all to myself, I swear. You don't need nobody else. I want you all to myself. You know what I mean?
Applied in many different techniques, and is helpful for facilitating forgiveness and letting go of negativity in many forms. In the early stages of developing meditation skill, sit and relax and learn to observe thoughts passing through without having attachment to them. Once you notice the thought,
girl, you know you the shit. Balenciaga's on your kicks. Niggas all on your dick, but I ain't trying to trip, because I'm not ready for no commitment. And I swear I ain't seen you with him. But I swear I ain't trying to be. All right, I'm sorry.
thought pattern, let it go and bring your focus back to the now moment. This is called the neutral association or observer point. 2.
I'm sorry. I had the song got stuck in my head. I had to finish out some lyrics. Had to finish it out. Okay. So now we're looking at the disciplined mind, right? You have to get back to this neutral point. You have to figure out a way to get back to this 0 point of oneself. Listen, no matter where your mind drift, you have to get back to that 0 point of self. You have to be able to bring it back to that point, that 0 point of energy, right? Within inside yourself. So it don't matter where you drift into. You might drift off into this person's mind, trying to figure out why they act the way they act. You might drift off into politics, religion. Wherever you're drifting off to, you have to figure out how to get back to that neutral point, that 0 point of existence. Time does not exist there. Okay. Time does not exist there. But in the meantime, in between time, allegedly, supposedly, right? Let's get into how to respond, right? These are moments of how to respond, right? These people want you to respond out of your lowest chakra, out of guilt, out of shame. That's how they want you to respond. They want you to respond. They want you to say something, you know what I'm saying? And they want you to say something that you're gonna feel shameful about later, that you're gonna feel guilty about later. They want you to respond and do something so they can hold over your head, right? He said this about me. He said that, and I'll never forgive him for that. I'll never forgive him for saying that. That's how they want you to respond so they can have a reason to dislike you, right? It's almost like teach me how to hate somebody, right? This is their levels of teaching somebody how to hate. So they keep on taking these little shots, these little nitpickings, these little jabs, right? So that way when you hit their ass with a punch, They make it seem like I ain't hit you that hard. You remember when you was a kid, somebody come up and hit you, yeah, and then you go out and hit them back. Boom. They're like, I didn't hit you that hard. I was playing. You didn't, well, listen, you didn't tell me the level of how to play back. You didn't tell me how, you know what I mean, how sensitive to be. This is what they do. And then they hold you to your, level of attack, and they hold that over you with guilt, right? So that's why I didn't give Donat the response that he wanted. This is why I waited 2 weeks or however many days it took, right? Because I wasn't giving him the energy that he wanted at that time. He wanted to latch himself onto our energy. He wanted to attach himself to us because he sees us growing. He sees us operating in love, laughter, and light, right? So now he wants to steal that operation because that clubhouse operation ain't working for him no more, right? So he want to steal our operation of operating in love, light, so on and so forth, right? So he wants to steal it. You can see it. You can tell, right? But what he didn't know is I was already on to him. See, look, in the beginning, I already knew how he was going to operate. It was up to him not to operate like that. Not up to me to try to beat some, like do some type of extra stuff so he don't want to operate like that. No, that's the problem in this world. We keep on going around guarding our heart so somebody won't break our heart, when really it's up to that person not to want to go around breaking hearts. It's not up to me to hide my heart from the world. It's up to these nasty people to not want to go around breaking hearts, right? And that comes with coercion of the mind. I'm not just talking about relationship hearts. I'm talking about the mind, the mental. He wanted to play a game with my thoughts, with my mind. I didn't try to play no game with that dude. It was weird from the beginning. It was weird. But once again, just like I tell the people in my life, it is not up to me to force him into a different operation. Let him operate according to how him's going to operate, and we operate according to how we's is going to operate, right? And listen, he literally showed that he was a Lamont. He is a Lamont. And what Sanford call Lamont? Everybody in the comment section, what did Sanford call Lamont? Exactly. You ain't got to put it, but you knows what I'm saying.
In the moment, learn how to choose your response rather than react to life events, people, and circumstances. Reaction is subconscious programming and mostly operated from preconceived ideas, fear, or mind control. Observe your reaction and ask your body to show you the story or memory behind the reaction. As one learns to inquire about the reactions you generate, much is learned about your body consciousness and can effectively be healed and cleared from continuing the reaction. Emotional catharsis techniques, ES core triad practice includes them, help to release the story from the body so it can return to a new pattern free of the reactive pain. Choosing forgiveness, kindness, compassion, and self-love is all a decision one has the power to make in every moment, by choosing your response to self and others.
See that?
See respond.
See that? It's all about the response, right? They want you to respond how they want you to respond. This is what keeps you in the trauma. This is what keeps you in. You got to have the willpower to want to respond differently. If you want a different outcome, you got to respond differently. We can't keep having the same response and expect a different outcome. I think that's the definition of insanity, right? So we have to have the willpower to want to give a different response. I gave a different response from the very beginning. When he decided to embark on the jealous side and say, oh, they're saying that you're better than me, I gave him a different response. When he needed help with his page and needed me to take over for a little bit while he was sick, you don't know what I got going on in my personal life. I still gave him a different response, right? When they decided to play the game in the Discord and send his mods over to the Discord to try to make me fall out with my mods, We gave a different response. When Jaguar was throwing all of these people to the side and making them feel less, we gave the different response. We operated in love. We operated in understanding. We operated in forgiveness. We did that. Did we not? Yes, we did. I think we changed up a lot of this Jaguar right operation. We gave people strength back where they didn't have it. Jaguar Wright was so focused on this small account. Everybody kept on saying, who the hell is Ralph DaWise? Who the hell is Ralph DaWise? We were doing that. When they seen our fight, when they seen us go up on Magic's panel and take on 5 of them, other people was like, shit, we can do that too. They ain't tough no more. They watched them destroy Amber. They watched them destroy Selma. They watched them gang up on so many people. And when we went over there and stood in the paint, we unknowingly allow other people also to turn their light on. We was Hotel 6 for a second. We'll leave the light on for you. That was us. You know what I'm saying? We went over there and showed people that they wasn't as bad as they thought. When people started dropping off, like Murph, right? When it came out, he was fraudulent, right? When we exposed Villalago Lobos, you know, we started unknowingly giving people back their strength, right? Who wrote that? Our deepest fear. Who wrote that? Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measures. And when we allow our light to shine, we unconsciously allow other people to shine their light also. We represented that. We showed an example of that. We laughed, right? We showed people that we didn't have to fight with anger, rage. We laughed our way into this fight. We laughed our way through this fight. Did we not? We operated with peace, laughter, truth, light. We didn't put nothing out there that wasn't out there. We didn't find, we knew some dark secrets, but we ain't put nobody dark secrets out there. The universe gave us some dark secrets of people, but we ain't really put their dark secrets out there. We kept the public record lining, right? We ain't go into the dark stuff that they actually doing behind closed doors. I mean, that's for the feds to look into. But now they mad at us. Huh? Mad at us. Not want to be mad at us. What are you mad at us for, my boy? My boy. Don't be mad at us, my boy. We just wasn't about to give you the response that you want. Huh? We are in control of this now. Yeah. What my man say? I am the captain. I am the captain. We took over the algorithm, y'all. We shaping the narrative of how this go. Somebody get Maggie over here. Maggie, where you at? I know you in the bushes. Pop out, Maggie. Pop out, Maggie. I know you in the bushes. Huh? Pop out. Don't make me play your song. I know if I play your song, you're going to pop out. I know if I play your song, you're going to pop out, Maggie. You don't have to be perfect. No, no, no. You just have to be worth it. Yeah, yeah. I know you'll pop out, Maggie. Don't make me do it. Where you at? I know you in here somewhere. Where you at? Pop out.
The spirit of patience is an essential aspect toward developing spiritual maturity and growth into a strong moral character. Developing the spirit of patience allows us to develop strength in ourselves to expand our consciousness and go beyond our perceived ego/personality limitations. Learning and acquiring patience will take an individual far out of their comfort zone and thrust them into lessons of transformation. Patience is required to develop deep empathy and compassion towards others, which allows us to be generous with forgiveness. Patience is the endurance of meeting life challenges without negativity, so that we can build our core strength to be effective and powerful vessels of God's Spirit. Without the strength of the spirit of patience, we can digress into self-entitlement and emotional tantrums to get what we want from the selfish negative ego desires and its whims. Spiritual strength grows from forgiveness. When we are spiritually strong, we are a fortress of heart-based devotion and dedication to serve the highest expression of our goodness as a spiritual being. This heart-based devotion progressively builds solid ethics and strong virtues, which are the collective attributes that directly attract the spirits of Christos. 3. Forgiveness.
Now you gotta understand exactly like what's being said, right? Like there's certain levels of mindfulness that comes with this that one must have, right? There are certain levels of energetic balances that comes with this, right? There's a lot of learning that actually comes with this. This is not just something that I can just tell you, and then today you can put this in, circulation, and voila, magic, you figured it out. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. When you're in the now, right? It's a constant repeat. It's a constant repeat of reminding yourself of this moment, this moment. Hey, all you really got is this moment. This moment drags out into the next moment. That next moment drags out into the next moment. You categorize that as a memory. Do you get what I'm saying? One's in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. So when you're constantly living in the now, right, you have to remind yourself that the things of the past is the past. What is always was and always will be. As above, so below, as without, so within, right? When you're looking into the future is a mystery, right? So you can't really say anything about the future, but you do have the now. This is why Nikola Tesla and some of the greats say, what are you doing within the next 24 hours? Right? Because all you have is now, right? What you push into the next moment, even with Socrates' secret of change, which is giving all focus to the you that you want to be, what are we really giving focus to? We have to push ourselves into these next moments of understanding, of unifying. Listen, I'm not in the vessel of a woman, so I'm going to have to take the understanding of a woman in order to learn the feminine energy inside myself. You're not in the vessel of a man, but you're going to have to take the understanding of a man in order for you to learn the masculine energy of yourself. Now, what you decide to be the title of a man or a woman is up to you. So the exemplary measures that you're observing, how you're perceiving a feminine energy to act and how you're perceiving a masculine energy to react could be off based off of your perception of this reality, right? Someone else shaped what a masculine energy is supposed to do. Someone else shaped what a feminine energy is supposed to do. It's not operated like that in the Serengeti. In the Serengeti, what a male lion lay around and do nothing all day, but just basically keep the pride protected. The women, the female lioness, they go out and do the hunting and so on and so forth. That he just comes out and makes sure they good, they safe, everybody good, everybody safe. All right, y'all go and play, go do what y'all do. Y'all know where I'm gonna be at. Oh, something going on? Oh, a stampede. Hold on, I got y'all. Everybody back to the pride. You know what I'm saying? That's all he does. He walks around. He say shit like everything the light touches will be yours. You know what I'm saying? That's what a male lion does. He take you out. Say everything that the light touches will be yours. But that dark place over there, that's the elephant graveyard. Don't go there. Right? That's what he does. Big dog shit. I will not hold your hand. You know what I'm saying? Big dog shit. I will not hold your hand. You know? That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we got to be careful of these destructive entities down here. They're in the vessels of people. These entities are in the vessels of people, right? Think about the fallen, the angels, the false ones. They put their energies inside the vessels of mankind and they split them up through, reincarnation processes, allegedly, supposedly, right? So you got to realize what's going on down here. The world is really one big stage. The world is really one big stage, but there's energies, allegedly, supposedly, for entertainment purposes only, right? This is just to expand the consciousness of one's mind. This is not for any type of whatever. So the world is literally expanding, right? The consciousness of this world is expanding, everything's expanding. But you have these lower vibrational entities, these false tyrants. You see, they walk around with a godlike complex. You see, they're not humble. They don't take advice, but they're always trying to give advice, right? They don't take heed to what they're saying. In fact, if you watch them, their operation is nothing of what they're saying. How they operate and what they're saying is two different things. Two different things, right? That's why you got to be careful with these words now. It's a play that's in the word. These people are manipulative in us, okay? This is why I keep on saying manipulative, okay? This is why I say you got to be cautious of the manipulative. They're spread out. Listen, they so spread out. Some of them, now don't look around, okay? Don't look around. And if you are if you happen to be around the person that I'm about to tell you, don't look at them, okay? Don't look at them, okay? Some of y'all might be in the same room with the person. Y'all might wake up next to this person. It might be your kid. It might be because it's an energy that's inside of them. You hear me? They always seem to try to catch you, like they don't want to do nothing with you. It's always like a competitiveness, right? They always seem to be trying to prove you wrong, trying to fight you. They asking you questions that they already know the damn answer to just to see how you respond. You get what I'm saying? When you smiling and shit, they jump out of nowhere talking about something. What you smiling for? Who in your phone got you smiling? What you so happy about? Motherfucker, happiness should be normal. Why the fuck you always asking me when I'm smiling, but never ask me when I'm sad? Is sad my normal way to be? Is walking around moping my normal way to be? Why the fuck do you only want to say something when I'm happy? What's my normal way? Tell me. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at them though, but don't look at them though. Y'all know who I'm talking about in y'all life. Don't look at if they in the same room with you. Don't look. All right, put the blockers. Walk out the room. Walk out the room. They watching you right now. Come back. What he saying? Nah, what he say? Because he said some shit. He just said some shit. Come back. Don't. Nuh-uh. Who we talking about? Me? What you been telling him? Because what you been telling him? He act like he talking about our relationship and shit. He act like he talking about our life. What he say? What he say? What he say? What he say? He said, if we don't make this thing work, God gonna take out everybody. Hey, at that point, you could tell. At that point, just tell them anything. If they that motherfucker concerned, tell them anything. He said the universe gonna crumble if we don't make this thing work and clean up the basement.
This level of the blockage and quarantine is what is referred to as the 666 seal and is a genetic block in the 6-dimensional frequency layers residing within the 6D indigo ray and 7D violet ray monad or oversoul bodies and crown chakra, which is referred to as our wings. At the beginning of monadic level integration, this 666 implant or Templar seal can be removed to form the human light body. Essentially, this relates to the trauma of having our wings cut off from our light body and is related to the curse of Yahweh. This fact is what created many of the fallen angelics and the watchers trapped in the earth. See wing trauma. Eye of Yahweh. All intermediary lenses of mind control such as the eye of Yahweh, eye of Jehovah, Eye of Horus and other religious control mechanisms that are requiring salvation or redemption must be broken away in order to see the cosmic cube matrix, which is the divine mind of one God. This all-seeing eye of God is coming to reside as the living presence in our rewired brain. 1. Quarantine 666. This quarantine is a genetic block that forced the soul consciousness to reincarnate over and over again on the 3D Earth plane, and other planets in an appropriate dimensional field, in order to reclaim missing pieces and soul parts, as well as learn how to evolve back into wholeness with the natural laws of God, the law of one. However, along the course of the timelines, the NAA bullies took advantage.
You know, you better stop right there when you talking about NAA bullies. Come on, AI. I told you about that shit already. Every time you always keep trying to slide in words and shit. You know what I'm saying? You always trying to talk your little. I told you, gotta stop that shit, AI. Stop it. All right. Now, listen. Hey man, listen, hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Everything is muchly appreciated. We also have crystals in the Discord if anybody want to purchase any crystals. The website for the crystals is actually getting put together. So I haven't heard anything back from the website designer, so on and so forth. But we have a lot of things going on, a lot of positive things going on, right? We're looking to purchase land so that way we can have gatherings, have people come out, live on the land, so on and so forth. We want to help each other out. I know a lot of us need help right now, but I think if we buy land, if we start building tiny homes on land, I think we'll be able to help each other out and build a community, put ourselves around a lot more like-minded people, so on and so forth. Yes, absolutely right. More sister wives. Yes, the more the merrier. It's beautiful. I love it. Now, this is not the type of sister wives club that you might think it is, right? This is a marriage in spirit and in the mind, right? Your physical, you're going to do what the carnal is going to do. You know what I'm saying? The carnal has nothing to do with this journey. Look at y'all laughing. We about to get more sister wives. Yeah, boy. This messes with their mind because in their mind they're thinking, is he doing all of them? Because they're carnal minded. They can't see the spiritual marriage that we're talking about. You know what I mean? They can't see it because they're carnal. But the ones who do see it, they know what this is. You know what I mean? It's not that type. You know what I'm saying? It's brothers and sisters in there. So that's why the ones who know, they know. The ones who carnal minded, you know what they thinking about. They turn everything into something fucking lustful. Their idea of love is lust. It's hard for them to get out of that stuff. You know what I mean? It's the shadow self. It's the reason why in Peter Pan, before Peter Pan can even jump out that window again, what did he have to do? He had to attach his shadow back to his dang on feet. Why? Because you can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other. Okay? It's both. It's both, right? Cosmic laws, the laws of polarity, right? The yin, the yang, the equal and opposite, the whatever you want to call it, right? So you need to have this. Some people try to deny their shadow self. Some people try to deny their shadow self inside of them, right? This is what enrages them, is because you denying that this shit exists inside of you. Listen, all of us can be assholes. All of us can be nasty. All of us can accept the fact that you got that inside of you, right? You might agree with yourself a little bit more. You might learn to grow with yourself a little bit more. If you were a freak, you a freak. Accept it, right? You don't have to go around and do freaky. You got to have discipline over yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have discipline over your vessel. You ain't gotta go around and show everybody the freaky stuff that you into. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta go around and ain't nobody. You don't have to go everywhere you go. Freak me, baby. Oh yeah, freak me, baby. Let me lick you up. And you don't gotta do all of that everywhere you go. You feel me? You know, have a level of control over yourself. Whatever it is that you like, you got a foot fetish, you know what I'm saying? You like whipped cream around the bathtub. However you mess up your house is how you mess up your house. Whatever you do is what you do. You feel me? If there's a meeting in your bedroom, there's a meeting in your bedroom. You know? You know what I'm saying? If somebody knocking the boots, then they knocking the boots. So what? There's a proper way to go about this moving forward. There is. There is. Those who are accepting to it, those who are open to it, that's those who are, no, not the peanut butter, but those who are accepting to it, those who are open to it, let them do what it is that they do. There's a lot of strange things going on in this world, right? The ones that the crimes are punishable, let them be punished, right? But here's the reality of this: to try to dictate or narrate what goes on in the next person's house, it only wants them, they only want to make it go on more. You're not paying attention. Are you not paying attention to this world? These are nasty individuals. These are not, you hear the not keep on repeating the same stuff. That this man got a picture of my pee in his phone. This man got a picture of my pee in his phone. He is implanting that in everybody else's mind. AT2 don't even got a picture of nothing in his phone like that, right? And if he did, how do you know? How do you know that he got this in his phone? You're assuming, right, that he got this in his phone, right? Or you made sure that you sent it to him yourself, right? Because you must know the person who checking with him to make sure that he got it, right? Somehow, some way, this don't sound right. But he's implanting this in other people's mind. The not wants other people to think about his pee. That's nasty. That is nasty. Why do you think he keep on repeating that shit? Over for 3 days, he been saying this, probably longer than that. Why do you think he's doing it? It's to implant that thought in the other people's mind. You know, for real. He think he one of them twins. He think him one of them twins. You know what I'm saying? From gutter to gutter, the backyard to yard. I'm your pusher. He trying to do strange stuff to people. I'm your pusher. From ghetto to backyard to yard, I sell it whipped, unwhipped. It's half the hard. I'm the neighborhood pusher. Call me subwoofer, cause I bump bass like that. Track on and off the track. Heavy dog ball till I fall and you could duck to the very law. Sorry, my love. I'm seeing through these eyes. You know what I'm saying? He think he's somebody. Him think him somebody. Get your ass out of here. You can't feast on none of my energy. Our collective is safe. We is safe. Everybody put hearts in the chat for the knot. Everybody drop your favorite hearts for the knot. Love is love, the knot. Love is love, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everything that you're doing. Everybody drop hearts in the chat for the knot. Drop your favorite hearts, put them in the chat for the knot. Love is love, man. Continue operating the way you operating. I see you over there doing big things with your level of manipulative, right? Continue to do it. I see you must have went to the University School of Shadows, right? Because you sitting there doing a lot of weird shit. All right. So shout out to the knot for continuing to do what he does, right? If his job is to stop or oppress the ascension process, then he's doing a terrible job at it. But shout out to him. Shout out to him, because you can't control the next person's operation, right? But you do have to collect the souls of oneself, right? So this is where, when I was telling you about, Peter Pan and him having to put the shadows back on his feet, these is your shadows, the 72 demons of the soul of man. These are things that you conquer inside yourself. You rule multiple dimensions inside yourself, allegedly, supposedly. So you're the ruler of these dimensions. This is why they tell you, don't look upon the seat, don't look upon the throne. Because if you look upon the throne, you'll see that you on there. Your name is on there. It don't matter who's sitting in that seat. When you really look at that seat, you see your name on it. That's gonna strike you as odd. When you see that sword, it got your name on it. When you see that book, it got your name on it, right? That's why they don't want you to look at it. That's why they tell you not to look at the face of God, because you're gonna realize, damn, that face look just like my face. You want to talk about it? Nah, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to
Whenever we
talk about it.
individually or collectively undergo a major spiritual initiation into the higher dimensional frequencies of light and sound, simultaneously the transmission of these higher frequencies into the in-between spaces will flush to the surface the darkest aspects through its many hidden facets of shadow. The universal shadow body holds the incredibly painful traumatic wounds experienced by the collective consciousness that resulted in disconnection with the eternal God source fields. The shadow selves form into larger gestalt of dark consciousness bodies which are shaped into an organizing principle which is based in the total absence of light, and these dark forces have descended even further through the abuse of inorganic technology and AI systems. The extensive and advanced use of AI by these races to gain sophisticated psi-based intelligence and prolong lifespans has assimilated many of these shadow creatures into fully inorganic AI creatures, which further animates the shadow bodies that it finds into use for.
Now, you might not understand exactly what the hell is going on. You might not even know what that's talking about. But allegedly, supposedly, let's say 3 years ago, they were sending melanin up into space to see how it would respond to the reactions of the sun and the stuff that was coming off the sun. So, however you want to look at this, right? We in a different form of operation right now. Something is changing with inside the vessels of mankind. Okay? And you might have to go back and slow that down a little bit to hear everything that I just said. But everything is changing with inside all of us. There's a different fight. This is something that we might not even been prepared for. We didn't know none of this was going to happen. The Guidestones failed. There's no way you was going to reduce the population by 95%. That's impossible. It's 8 billion people, right? The Peter Pan story was simple. Everything that they thought about came true. They was considered to be the lost boys, right? They were the lost boys in Neverland, right? They were lost, but what did they do? They would come and venture into the cities to get certain people to take to the land of the lost, right? That's something that was in their mind. Remember, in order for them to fly, what did they have to do? They had to focus on good thoughts only. Think all good thoughts, all bubbly thoughts. This is how they flew, right? But what does that do? That puts the shadow beneath you. It becomes the wind beneath your wings. This is why he couldn't go nowhere without his shadow. He couldn't have one without the other, so on and so forth. But they used the power of their intentions and imagination to make food appear, so on and so forth. So it was a collective group of people that was altering the reality with the powers of their mind. Come on. Somebody walk with me a little bit. Walk with me a little bit. I'm telling you, I'll take you to a different place. I know a place, you know what I'm saying? Well, ain't nobody crying. Come on. Ain't nobody hurting. Oh, man. Y'all better join the Discord. We know how to have fun over here. Somebody in the back say, I take you there. I take you there. I hear y'all. I hear y'all singing it in y'all mind. Y'all ain't got to type nothing in the damn comment section. I hear y'all singing it in y'all mind. I can hear y'all. That's the beauty of having a collective. Like when you really have the ability, it's like all y'all thoughts are in my mind at one time. It's on some Superman type stuff. That's why they put it down here like that. You know, the story of Superman repeating down here, stuff like that. Like I know when certain ones are going through shit. I know when they need they need like a little bit of energy. I can't explain it to y'all like that, but it's like all of y'all are, in my thoughts and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird, but the universe is giving me an abundance amount of love to, share this space with people inside my mind. And that's where I keep a lot of y'all at in my mind. So with my intentions, I keep a lot of people safe with my intentions. It's kind of hard to explain. We'll get there one day, okay? We'll get there one day. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I got it. It's a long journey. It's a long journey. We in it together, y'all. We in it together. Don't even trip. We in it together. It's a long journey.
Due to the DNA damage our species suffered after the fall of Terra, the 4D astral body that made up our heart center was fractured, and the lower portion of the soul matrix astral layer became inverted upon itself and became lodged in our 2D sacral center. Thus, a portion of our original soul matrix fragmented and got stuck in the 2D dimensional layers of the planetary body and within our individual layers. When incarnating upon the earth plane, this distortion to our soul and heart center became a genetic block, which further digressed angelic human DNA. Over time, these became generational distortions which manifested into the disconnection between the 2D elemental field of the physical body, the 1D unconscious mind, and both the lower and higher part of the astral identity that form into the soul matrix. Essentially, what this means is that when incarnating in a physical body on the earth, it was hard for the conscious mind of the personality to actually feel the experience of the soul while in a body, and this had the tendency to disconnect the functions of the heart center. These schisms in the light body layers also greatly contributed to the production of shadow selves, shadow personality alters, shadow elementals, and fragments in the soul matrix, which further proliferated personal miasma and planetary miasma.
Now, for those who don't understand how that works, talking about these fragments, for my anime people, let's think Dragon Ball Z. Okay? In the story of Dragon Ball Z, Goku, who is someone who comes from a Saiyan planet, right, is sent down to Earth, right, to gather the what? What moves does he have? He has a spirit bomb, right? Therefore, he says, everyone, lend me your energy in order to create a spirit bomb, right? He has the power of his son, right? Gohan, whenever he put himself on thoughts, he gets additional energy from these abilities, right? But let's take a deeper look into what is a Kamehameha blast, right? Ki energy, right? Ka energy, right? Now, let's look at what he comes down to do. There's 7 Dragon Balls, fears. There's 7 fears that is split up that he has to collect, to put together, to do what? To summon Shimron. Shimron, which is a long serpent, right? Shimron, which is a long serpent, in order to get a wish, right? And then you have deities of the universe that we're in, such as Burris and so on and so forth, right? Kundalini energy, exactly. Kundalini. Simran is represented as the Kundalini. Your Kundalini is an energy that's coiled at the base of your spine, right? In your root chakra, right? Now, this is the same thing. Goku being from Saiyan place, coming to Earth. If you look at it from a chakra point, Earth chakra will be your heart chakra, so on and so forth. He uses the spirit and the energy of this planet, which is Earth, which is the heart, which is the thinking place that's inside the mind. Therefore, he put everyone in a good thought, lend me your energy, so on and so forth, right? Ooh, it's getting big. It's getting big. We getting somewhere. You have 7 chakras aligned in your physical body and more that's outside of your body, right? Through the power that was invested into him through us believing in him, he was able to go to all these other places, thus far becoming what? He was teleporting, right? You've seen Goku teleporting. He was able to right? Started gaining different forms of himself based off of the collective that was believing in him, right? When you look at it, he was doing different things based off of the collective that was believing in him. So everything was happening for him, right? Some we go through this, right? Look at, Jay-Z, look at, P. Diddy, look at some of these people, whether or not they was transferring, sacrificing energy, so on and so forth, they were manipulating the minds of the multitude, allegedly, supposedly, by putting their thoughts so they can soar to higher heights within the, galaxy, so on and so forth, you know. Krishan Rock started telling the whole thing when she was saying like, "Oh, I got island, y'all. I got an island. Y'all know that island that they was gonna make Blueface Island? Yeah, they now gonna make it my island, so on and so forth." She telling you how this world really operate, but she never was really supposed to say nothing like that out loud to the public. This is why these people can't hold water. They can't hold these secrets that's going on in the world. When people start transferring, there's a bigger trade that's going on way outside of any of this. And this is conscious trading, right? You think the trading card game is something, you should see the bigger game that's going on in the galaxy, right? Imagine your conscious being traded off in the galaxy and certain people getting the energy of you. And now you've trying to figure out why you operating different than how you used to. I ain't used to be like this. I used to be able to sit down with the girls and gossip and listen to what's going on in the neighborhood. Now I don't even want to hear that shit no more. You used to have a way of operation. Now you like, nah, like I'm inspiring for something different now. Like I don't know where I'm looking for a different inspiration. Like things ain't making me feel the same way no more. Listen, you've been traded. Your energy has been traded to a higher vibrational frequency. Welcome to the family. Huh? If you drifting past this page, if you wondering, if you trying to figure out, damn, I've been on YouTube for a minute. How is he building this page? How is he doing this? How is he getting these people to come to him? What is he doing over there? What do he got going on? Guess what? There's a different game going on down here. I've been put in charge of a collective. Now, a lot of y'all might keep on wanting to disturb and disrupt the collective that I've been put in charge of. But they coming to me regardless. They seeing past you. They know the truth. I'm starting to sound like the voice of reason around this mother. Ooh, right? And we building and we growing. That's what we doing. We building and we growing. We trying to find a better day. You know what I'm saying? You got us in our Crooklyn era. Trying to find a better way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find another day. Hey, trying to find a better way. Hey, listen, man. Y'all can't stop us. Y'all know where we're going to be. Love is love. Namaste. I say salutations. Shalom. If nobody told you today that they love you, let me be the first but not the last to tell you that I love you. Y'all know we're going to be in a Discord. Remember, one's image of oneself should be greater than reality. You shouldn't think nothing less, right? I got to get up under this 2-hour marker so that way I can generate a bunch of shorts from this and post a bunch of shorts. So I got to stay up under 2 hours. Love is love. We'll try to go live again. I know we'll go live again at some point today, but we're going to go kick it in the Discord like we always do. Y'all know.
I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here on this plastic, God take breath from me. I'm sipping his hand and eat this pain, but it ain't helping me. My little nigga going against the grain and this shit stressing me. I pray to God, let God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang, keep paying the price. I was young in the rush for the money, my hunger for paper saved my life. And I shit can save tonight. If you want that leak shit, we can get rich quick, we can get paid tonight. Yeah, go. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gonna go out there? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by item. You You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven.
Gotta chop that shit over, Lord, real talk.
Hey, fight my demons, fight my demons.
So many demons.
Me against these demons, against these demons. Fight my demons, fight my demons.
Fighting my.
It's me against these demons,
Me against
these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons, I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas don't go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they joke. Gave me the ball, and nigga they choke. Tables turn, that nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code, no code. My nigga follow me like a pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie, yell a company. VMG gang, and bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant, I can get ignorant, we not considerate. Niggas do silly shit, we get to drilling shit. Guilty and innocent, don't give a fuck about the bias down. I can pull up in the high land. Don't take no slam, don't take no slam. Dollar bill, y'all.
Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit.
Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down, down, down.
You'll do anything to get it, but where you gon' go?
Talk to him.
Gotta think about it.
187.
Murder by item.
You killed a nigga, you don't know if you gon' go to heaven.
Gotta chop that shit over, Lord, real talk.
What they doing? What they doing?
Fight my demons, fight my demons.
So many demons.
Me against these demons, against these demons. Fight my demons, fight my demons.
Fighting my.
It's me against these demons, these demons.
Yeah, I love y'all, man.
Living life in
I really love y'all, man. Hey, y'all be great or be great at it. All right, be great or be great at it. Love is love. We looking for understanding, not understanding. We no longer want to be under anything, right? We don't want to be under anything no more. We want inner standing. All right. Beyond anything else, love is love. All right.